Welcome, friends. Welcome back to the kitchen. Welcome back to what was on sale at the grocery store. Today, what was on sale at the grocery store was actually just after Christmas, just after New Year's. There's a giant bunker filled with frozen shrimp. It was on sale. I bought a bunch of bags of it, brought it home, stuck it in the freezer, and I just keep using it for different things. Last thing we did was an Old Bay shrimp chowder, corn. It's excellent, really good recipe. That should already be somewhere on the channel. Today we're going to do a soup that I've never made before. I don't actually have a real recipe. I ate it in a restaurant, really liked it, sort of made note of what was in it and the flavors that I was tasting, and I'm going to see if I can replicate it today. It was fennel, leek, a little bit of carrot, wild rice. Absolutely love wild rice. Shrimp, a little bit of cream at the end to finish it. I don't think there was really that much in it. There weren't any other flavors happening, but they all worked together really well. So in the pan here, I'm heating up a little bit of oil and I'm going to throw in the fennel bulb, the leeks, and the carrot. And I'm just going to stir that and fry it off until it all sort of gets soft. I'm not trying to brown these or bring any color to them. I'm really just getting them to the point where they've softened a little bit, given off some of their moisture, melded some of the flavors between the three ingredients. I'm going to put the shrimp in the fridge because it's going to be a while before we need it. A little bit of other cooking going on first. So into the fridge with that. Let's talk about leeks. There was a time, when you watched the Food Network, and every chef who cut open a leek always chopped them up and put them in a bowl of water and rinsed them out to get rid of the sand and the silt and the grit. And I did that dutifully for a long time, and then I started to realize I never saw any sand or grit in the bottom of the bowl. I never saw any sand or grit in the leeks. Why was I doing it? So I stopped. It's one of those things, and I want to know, do you do that, and do you notice any grit in the bottom of the bowl? I just don't see it anymore. And even when I cut the leeks open, I just don't see any sand or grit. So if I don't see it, I don't do it. Okay, I think we're looking good. So, a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper to taste, and in goes the wild rice. And the chicken stock. For a lot of recipes where I use wild rice, I will soak the wild rice for 15 or 20 minutes before I put it in the dish. If I was making a pilaf, I would do that. Because this is going into a soup, and it's going to cook for probably 25 or 30 minutes at this point, I'm not going to soak it beforehand, because then I find that the rice sort of loses its shape, its structure, the whole reason why I like the rice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the lid on and let this simmer on low for about half an hour. Okay, I think the rice is pretty much done. That's really what we were waiting for here with this. So, open this up. I'm going to add shrimp and cream. Okay, so in goes the shrimp, and I've cut some of those shrimp up and left some of them whole. They will cook quickly. And let's call it that much cream. Give it a stir. And just let that simmer for another 3 or 4 minutes until the shrimp are cooked through.
Hey, friends. Hey, Glenn.
Hey, Jules.
Hey, look at you. I like how you put them in a little open, easy to cool
Yes.
tasting bowl.
It will be hot. I don't know how this is going to go over with you, Jules.
Well, I don't know. What's the worst thing that happens? You really love it, and here, I'll give you the bigger spoon.
Thank you.
Right. Whew.
I love the combined earthiness of the wild rice, the leeks, and the fennel bulb.
I want to know why you thought I wouldn't like it.
I don't know. I thought there might have been a flavor in there that you didn't like. You like it?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah. So, this is a thumbs up from Julie and I. Mm-hmm. I was worried that maybe that earthiness might be too much for you. This is really good. Now, you could...
I like the chewiness of the wild rice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You could thicken it a little bit. You know, a little bit of cornstarch mixed in with the cream at the very end, or a little bit of flour with the cream at the very end, and mix it in and just give it a little bit more of a boil. And then add the shrimp. Don't add the shrimp too early. Put them in a little bit later. I think this is really good. And it's the most expensive component is the wild rice. So,
Leave out the wild rice.
or by
I got tongue-tied there. Leave out the wild
leave
rice.
out the wild rice. And there are, you know, you just put in a different type of rice and it would work out just as well. I'm digging this.
I really like the fennel.
So, on sale shrimp, relatively inexpensive, pretty easy to put together. Thanks for stopping by. See you again soon.